evening. It's 6 o'clock on Thursday, the 29th of June 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Following the election result, the chairman of the Socialist Movement for Integration, Petrit Vasili, has resigned from his position. Mr. Vasili explained that the Socialist Movement for Integration needs new organisation and new energy in order to become a strong opposition. Mr. Vasili proposed Monica Kuremadi to be the new chair of the party, with voting to occur on Wednesday at the convention of the Socialist Movement for Integration. Albania did not have an opposition for 4 years. The role of the SMI now requires new energy and greater intensity. For this reason, I have decided to resign as the SMI chairman and instead request to be the chair of the SMI's parliamentary group. I have also proposed Monica Kuremadi as the candidate for the SMI chairperson based on the political quality and the dynamic ability she reflects in Albanian politics. She has always been an active politician, declared Mr. Vasili, adding that the Socialist Movement for Integration is the moral winner of these elections, given that the Socialist Party bought their votes with money coming from crime and drugs. Vasili took the opportunity to thank the around 230,000 SMI voters who contributed to an incredible result for the SMI in elections with moral integrity. The elections for the new chairperson of the Socialist Movement for Integration and of other leading structures will be held on July 5th. The Democratic Party's General Secretary, Arben Ristani, considers the decision made by two vice chairmen to hold the elections for the post of the Democratic Party chairman on July 22 to be made in violation of the party's statute. In this way, Mr. Ristani is against the DP chairman, who delegated his competencies to the vice chairman of the party to organise the elections for the head of the party. Mr. Ristani says that the delegation of competencies from the chairman to the two vice chairmen is not based on the statute because the statute predicts that the competencies should be delegated to the Secretary General. Article 43 says that the General Secretary gathers the National Council if the party chairman resigns, and the Council appoints the vice chairman to lead the party. So the competency belongs to the National Council, which is called by the General Secretary. Mr. Ristani also explains that the decision of the vice chairman of the Democratic Party to hold elections on July 22 was not based on the statute. Mr. Ristani states that the party's chairmanship is the one that declares the election date. A group of Democratic MPs who have recently expressed concerns against the DP chairman also rejected the Democratic Party chairman's delegation of competencies to the vice chairman and are asking for the irrevocable resignation of the DP chairman. The group of Democratic MPs who have openly spoken out against the DP chairman have also declared that July 22 elections will only divide the Democratic Party even more. For this reason, they are asking for an analysis to first be completed prior to the holding of intra-party elections. The Democratic Party has issued a statement to the media regarding elections for the new DP chairman. Nominations for the Democratic Party's chairperson are open. Any member of the party has the right to enter into the race. This is an extraordinary opportunity for reflection, as well as discussion of ideas and vision for the future of the Democratic Party and democracy in the country. Difference of opinion, debate, and alternate ideas are fundamental values to the Democratic Party. But discussions should be made effectively, respecting the right and dignity of everyone through the spirit and unification and inclusiveness, not through division and exclusion. Differences in opinions can only be solved through competition and and members' decision-making, reads the Democratic Party's statement, listing also some points of the party's statute regarding elections in the party. The Democratic Party has two vice chairmen who are elected based on Article 37 of the statute. By authorisation of the former chairman, one of the vice chairmen has been called to substitute. In absence of the chairman's authorisation, the General Secretary gathers the National Council, which selects the vice chairman who will lead the party until a final decision is made by the National Council, further reads the statement, adding that the DP chairman has publicly delegated his competencies to the two vice chairmen and the General Secretary. Elections for the new DP chairperson are set to be held on July 22nd. 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Prime Minister Rama posted on his Facebook page today, reiterating that the victory of the Socialist Party in the June 25 elections belongs to the common people. The Prime Minister states that the Socialist Party needs a deep reflection in order to understand what it should correct and improve. We need to reflect deeply in order to understand how to achieve truthfulness, to understand what we should correct, and how to improve ourselves, our behaviour, the work of each of us, and the work the Socialist Party fulfills, which is successful but also has its shortcomings. What should be corrected in the content and style of governance, in the quality of the team that governs, and in the government's balance sheet in every sector? And the most important thing, how can we complete a comprehensive reflection, not only by talking and listening to one another, but by listening to all people in differing circumstances, declared the Prime Minister, announcing a process of hearings all around the country. The Prime Minister invites all citizens to write to him in order to provide feedback as to the 3 most important things that must be improved. A state of emergency has been declared by the City Hall of Tirana due to the extremely hot weather and lack of drinkable water in certain areas. The Mayor has set up a task force to deal with the issues and warned of intensive checks, focusing on car washes and pools to ensure water is not being misused. The Mayor advised approximately 10 to 15% of the city is suffering a water crisis and that the situation will continue because the level of water contained in sources and reservoirs has decreased. Temperatures are expected to rise even further, and for this reason, the Mayor called on citizens to contact emergency services on 112 should the need arise. The Mayor appealed to citizens to avoid going out during times when temperatures are particularly high. A state of emergency has also been declared in other European states, both due to the risk of high temperatures and also the potential danger from erupting fires. Meteorologists are ringing the alarm to advise that temperatures will rise above 40 degrees tomorrow. They called on citizens to be careful by avoiding sun exposure during the most at-risk times of between 9 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon. The Institute of Geosciences says that temperatures will fall from Sunday, but that a high risk from fires will be present throughout the summer season, with an appeal for citizens to be careful. Despite the current high temperatures, a drop in temperature of about 4 to 5 degrees is expected in the first days of July. Based on current predictions, this summer is set to include record-breaking temperatures and be the hottest summer in Albania for the past 30 years. The former mayor of Vlora, Shpetim Gjika, faces a potential 9-year imprisonment for the accusation raised by the prosecution regarding dereliction of duty. The investigation of the former mayor has made for a construction permit he issued for an 11-storey building. In addition, the prosecution is also asking for 6 years imprisonment of the chief of urban planning at that time and 6 years of imprisonment for businessman Artur Hadji. The prosecution also attached its request to seize the 11-storey building for which the former mayor of Vlora stands accused. The accusations against the former mayor of Vlora, for which prosecutors are requesting a 9-year prison sentence, include dereliction of duty, forgery of documents, and general dishonesty relating to actions that hampered investigations surrounding the truth in regards to the illegal construction of the 11-storey building. The investigation for this case was launched back in 2015, a time when the former mayor of Vlora had already been arrested. He was later set free by the court due to health concerns regarding his heart condition. The former mayor has denied the accusations. It is now up to the Court of Vlora to make a decision regarding the evidence presented for the case. And that's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. My name is Alexandra, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.